Greetings all and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. And on today's video, we're gonna be vulnerable on the channel and I'm going to introduce my real oldest UFO. I've previously called other things my oldest UFO, and that's because I forgot about this. I probably brainwashed myself into excluding it from existence because it is ugly. Today is the day that we get into it. I can't even show it yet. Basically what happened was over a year before I started my channel. It was December of 2021, and that was when I started my channel. I started working towards my channel. I started filming and making a quilt. I didn't know what I was doing. Ultimately, the footage was not good. The quilt project was going in a direction that was way too ugly, and I just ultimately decided to cut my losses, start a new project, restart the filming, and move forward. It took me like a couple of months. So let's just get into it. I have here a million, well, it's not even actually that many. These are all quilt blocks. They were all from this book, 365 Fun to Stitch Quilt Blocks. Here they are. I made, I don't know, maybe this many. I'm not even gonna count them. And like, look at the color. You know, these colors are decent. And these are ugly. And when you put them together, they make no sense whatsoever. And so that's just kind of why I'm like, and I didn't want to throw it away, but also like, what am I meant to do with this? It's sitting there for a year and a half or more. I finally just realized today that I need to liberate myself from beauty standards and I need to make an ugly quilt. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have no intention of putting any thought into what's gonna look good. I wanna make the world's ugliest quilt. And I somehow suspect that in all the ugliness, I will be able to find some beauty. It's basically a lot like one of my very early videos where I took the UFO and I filled it in with panels. I'm gonna do that. I have some more skills now that I hope to capitalize on. I don't even know what all. I'm gonna dig through my stash and find panels, I guess, or fabric, stuff that's ugly. A lot of stuff I don't think is ugly. I just have no purpose for it, no use. I can't think of how I would work that in. Like this panel that I already pulled. I absolutely love this. But realistically, in what quilt would I use this? I would struggle to come up with any idea to use this. So now is the time. It's gonna come into this. I'm gonna sew these up at random. And kind of like this. I sewed like chunks of them up already. And then fill in the space with panels. I wanna go with panels kind of rather than prints, and I have a lot that I don't know what to do with. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be liberating, and I need to finish this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and show you the old footage because I still have that old footage, and it's kind of amusing to watch to see how far I've come since that when I first started filming. Most of it was thinking like, okay, I could never use this. It's so bad. My early stuff I think was bad, but I knew that the only way to do this would be to just do it. So at some point I was gonna have to say it's good enough. I will learn as I go, and that's what I've done. So what you're gonna see in the first part of this video is the introduction that you have already watched. The second part is gonna be, I'm gonna slice in the old footage. This is the very first footage I ever shot for this channel. And then when we come back, after that, the third part of the video, I'm gonna finish the quilt. I'm going to finish it. So here we go. Let's embark on a journey through time and space and beauty and ugliness, and we will see all parts of the time, beauty, ugliness spectrum on today's video. Matter of fact, that might be the name of the quilt, the Time Beauty Spectrum. Greetings, Greetings, this is a test. Greetings. Oh no, I forgot. Aren't you glad I labeled my whiteboard? S's are hard. case you forget where you are. Clear off the table. Greetings all, and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. Let me make sure it's even recorded. Greetings all, and welcome to Dave's Craft Room. I'm Dave, and this is my craft room. This is my first video, so I'm still kind of figuring out how to even video. But, so, on this channel, I'm gonna be making lots of quilts. I love to make quilts, and my intention is to make all kinds of epic quilts, projects, that people maybe haven't seen before. That's the intention. But in this video, we are going to be looking at this book. This is 365 Fun to Stitch quilt blocks. Basically, there are 365 blocks. This first section, I've started already, as you can see if you look on my design board, which this is like an artist canvas that I glue sticked some batting to, and stuff just kind of sticks to it. I also have my huge design wall over there, which is larger than a queen size, so a king size in other words, and that's a king size. I made these blocks first. Then I also have these, which I have not sewn together yet. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that and get it done. So let's just sew them. This is my Brother PQ 1500 SL. The thing I love about this is the knee bar. I have a knee bar here, which like anytime I use a sewing machine that doesn't have one, I do it anyway, like a phantom knee bar, and then nothing happens. It also has a cutter. It only has the one stitch. It only does a straight stitch. It doesn't do a zigzag stitch. I love it. I love these colors. Now let's trim it. It's not perfect, but my quilts are a journey. Let's put these on the big design wall. I'm so excited to start my YouTube channel, guys. I've been wanting to do this for so long and was kind of just thinking like, there's so many channels out there already. Why do I need to do one? You know what I mean? But I think it's gonna be fun. I like to make these projects and it's not really my intention to do tutorials per se. I just kind of like to share the projects that I'm making. So that's the layout to it. Let's sew her up. And I don't know why, but fabric just sticks to batting. Did you see that? There is a ghost in here. This house is haunted, okay? I can never find my scissors. Did the ghost take my scissors? The ghost took my scissors. Most of it might probably be in like time lapse or something, if I can figure out how to make that happen. Guys, I need to watch a Skillshare on all this stuff, but I don't feel like it. I wish I just knew this stuff like from learning it in school. I didn't learn anything about computers in school. They taught it, I just didn't learn it. Ooh, this is my favorite trick, hold on. And it's really, it's not necessary at all. But I have it here. Now let's say I wanna get it on my design board. I just go like this. Take the design board and ta-da! And then it's on the design board. Yeah, it's the mirror image of it, but I don't care. Again, you don't need to put your blocks on the design board. I just feels kind of official. This is the hard way of doing it. This is not the easy or fast way of doing it. Why work smarter when you can work harder? Cut, slice, cut, piece, sew. Alright, y'all, it's the second day and an idea for the quilt is taking shape in my brain. We're gonna go on to the next sections and make, I guess the quilt will contain probably 3 or maybe even 4 of the sections of this book. I think I'm gonna have to go back to the fabric store, which is cash only. It's the 90s, get a card reader. Okay, you guys, it's like 2 a.m. A few days later, and I have finished all 52 blocks in the first section of the book. Final thoughts on this color scheme. I dig it. I love this color scheme. I'm sick of it. I hate it. I never want to see it again. I'm gonna put it away for now, and we're gonna pull some fabric and get started on the next section of the book. Add a touch of nostalgia to a quilt using blocks from this chapter. Let's make that look less horrifying. So I dig that. I mean, it's ugly fabric, but I kind of like it. Well, that was fun. So I'm just gonna sew these up now. I'm gonna just sew them up into chunks. Oh, I know what I want to do. Yeah, I'm gonna sew them up into chunks first, then I'm gonna pull fabric. I need to pull stuff first so I know what I have. So let me just find some stuff to pull. You'll see a pile of stuff pile up. I got this. Oh geez, too much. This is a old feed sack. Put this on. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. What didn't make it into Bobbert's quilt. Put him on, why not? Again, not ugly, just trying to find ways to use stuff. My friend Chelsea gave me this a long time ago. She said, I have no idea how you're gonna use this horse fabric. I said, I will find a way. And I will. Bam! Let's do this. That old footage was weird to look through. I don't know if I was emotionally ready. But I'm off piecing and appliquing and putting things together. I'm starting with the chunks of the blocks I had sewn, and then I take random fabric and just put together collage chunks. For the applique, I'm using FlexiFuse to base it in place, and then I sew a straight line inside the edge to sew it down. Or sometimes instead of the FlexiFuse, I use the washable glue stick, like that's what I did for the feed sack when I appliqued it onto this chunk that had no middle.
say I'm gayer than you.
How are you gayer than I am?
I wear a man purse.
That's not gay, that's hideous. And if you were as gay as I am, you'd know that.
All right.
As the quilt is coming together, it's like I suspected. I don't think it's ugly at all, but when I say ugly, that's not necessarily a bad thing because I often really like the things that other people have called ugly. And sometimes when I say ugly, I mean I don't like it, but sometimes I mean I think other people are not going to like it. So I don't know anymore what's ugly, but I like my Time Beauty Spectrum quilt. It makes no sense, and it was liberating to allow myself to make something without having to care about whether it's going to turn out beautiful according to other people's beauty standards. It is too narrow. So I'm gonna add some width with charms. These are just random charms.
As I was pulling charms to use for adding width to the quilt top, I realized that I had a million of them in a huge stack that I never touched, so I decided to sew them up and use them as a backing. I'm ironing the seams open because if I iron them to one side, then I have to worry about making them nest, and I know I'm not going to be able to keep track of which way I'm supposed to iron them to make sure they all nest, and also for it being the backing, I want there to be less bulk. I quilted it with my walking foot initially until I switched to a regular foot when this happened. So as you could see here, my walking foot broke. This arm claw broke off. I don't even know where oh, here's the piece. So I guess I just put a regular foot back on and I hope it works. I don't have any other kind of like walking foot or any other foot to use other than just a regular 1/4 inch foot, so. So this is the final result. I'm so glad to have gotten through that old UFO and that old footage and to be done with it, and I think my ugly quilt is beautiful and lovely. So that's all for today's video. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and please come again.